Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And once again, folks, the guys, everybody that's listening online, we can't play the music there anymore. They keep kicking us off, and they keep threatening to remove us forever. So the only time you're going to hear the music is if you have us on radio. So just pick up your phone, go to iHeartRadio, and pick up AM 870, and you can hear the music along with the rest of us. That was Amy, by the way.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
we didn't get to the chorus.
Yeah, well, because that's the other thing. We got 20 seconds.
We still only have 20 seconds.
Just so you know, that's why we were always cutting it short. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to Rick at the CRPA. Rick, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Hey,
hanging in there.
Welcome back, Rick. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, it's good to be back. So, going up to the Capitol tomorrow to return to play with the children before they go on to recess on the 18th. And we'll be working on 3 different bills. So I'm going to go over those fairly quickly with you. The first one will be Senate Bill 248. That, of course, is now in the Assembly, so we'll be in public safety there. And that is the bill that's designed to intimidate new owners of firearms and people that receive firearms as a result of a member of their family passing and moving it through a will or a trust. So we'll obviously be fighting that. And then over on the Senate Public Safety are 2 horrible bills. Of course, it's AB 1127, probably the most famous bill still going, which is the Glock ban bill, as it's known, which is going after the little converter piece. And even though it's already illegal, even though there's all sorts of laws that stop this to happen, it's why we keep telling people this has nothing to do with public safety. It has to do with taking out a particular brand of firearms. In this case, it's Glock. So if this bill gets passed, whatever Glocks are inside places, they'll be able to get that and just, take it away from everybody. They won't be able to take away the ones you own, but they'll take away the right for you to sell it or the right for you to ever purchase one here in California. Wow. So obviously that's illegal. Obviously that flies against the Bruin decision, the Supreme Court. So when everybody starts telling me that's illegal, it's unconstitutional, that's exactly what we're going to be telling them yet again. And that's really important because we just had a hearing on a couple of different cases in the Ninth Circuit where the 3-judge panels, one that was practically all Obama appointees, told the state of California, you can't keep playing these games. You can't limit people's rights to purchase firearms. You can't take certain brands off the shelf, but that doesn't stop them from trying. So, and this bill is being carried by Gabriel, who is the same person that gave us the excise tax that we also do not like. And then there's Gibson, who this is the one I really struggle with a lot of people in our community. It's AB 1263. It's called the Ghost Gun Bill. There's a lot of people are like, well, you shouldn't have a ghost gun. I want to be really clear. The vast majority of firearms, the way this is defined, were ghost guns because they had no serial numbers on them for literally hundreds of years of this country's history. This also goes after a right that George Washington bestowed on all of us, which was the right to build your own firearm, the right to be able to experiment in building firearms, because he thought that was an American thing that Americans should be able to do.
American ingenuity.
And so what they're trying to say is, you guys know at Gunslingers, sometimes finding a part for a firearm that was either rare or there weren't that many of them made, or it's older, or the company's run out of business is near impossible. But if you have a diagram of those parts, you can make them on a CNC machine or a 3D printer, etc. This bans all of those options. So this literally makes firearms less safe. So those will be the 3 bills that we'll be fighting this week as we wind down towards the 18th.
Oh my goodness! Literally, we've said this time and time again. Around every corner, they're trying to stop us to stay armed and stay protected. They don't want us fixing. They don't want us buying. They don't want us producing. Literally,
they want us armless.
Yes.
Period.
So the death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
Because, as you are so fond of saying, an unarmed people are subjects.
Yep. Go ahead, Rick.
No, I mean, you guys are spot on. So that's what's going on. We have some things that look like they may start to move into court. So, but I don't want to get too excited because, as we all know, sometimes the judge is like, oh, look at, just kidding. And then they wait for a while. But what I do know is we have a couple bills that have moved towards the governor's desk. So now we have to see if he's going to sign those. But if he does, those will be some of the first positive 2A bills. And one of those deals with FFLs and your security system. So, we're pushing back, we're fighting back, and we'll just have to see what happens in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
Rick, got a quick question. I don't know if it's in the wheelhouse of California biz and all that, but one of the commenters in YouTube wanted to know about the loss in court by Mexico to sue firearm makers. If you've heard about that, if you know anything about that.
Yeah, they lost the ability. They're losing the same kind of court cases here to go after the firearms manufacturers. They're losing. But yet you still have attorney generals and mostly blue states that keep trying to do this. There's this attitude on our opposition. It's really striking. It's a great question, Jimmy, that they're willing to run, as I've said over and over on this show over the years, they're willing to run the same exact bill over and over and over till they get it passed. Mm-hmm. Our community tends to be one and done. We run it. If it doesn't pass, well, it is what it is, and that's just the way it is. They don't.
No.
They keep doing it. They keep pushing it. They keep fighting it. I mean, you have people like former Senator Portantino, who had numerous bills that got passed, and every single one of them to date has been ruled unconstitutional. Mm-hmm. All the stays went in. They never did anything, but that didn't stop him every time, no matter how many of us told him you can't do that, from doing it. So I tell people all the time, this is part of the fight, and part of it is we have to keep fighting.
Yeah, and not only do they just keep trying to ram it back down, they gut in the men. They try to sneak it in every way they can. So you have thank you to the CRPA for always being on your toes to watch out for those type of things and trying to sneak something by us. So thank you so much.
Well, in honor of our 250th anniversary, this is my own personal thing I started doing. I started telling people every time some leftist tries to come after us, I'm like, oh, you must be British. And they're like, what? And I'm like, well, the British started this crap up with us 250 years ago, and now you're continuing those footsteps. I just figured you were British.
Right.
So,
ouch.
And the way they're going.
And the way they're going right now, that's right. They outlawed firearms there, and now you're getting jailed for posting things on the internet. We need to be as dedicated to our rights as they are dedicated to their dogma.
So, exactly.
Yeah, very true. So, okay, well, I know I hate to do it, but
he's shaking his head, Rick.
It wouldn't be fun with Jeff.
Hey, I resemble that remark. Anything?
No.
Okay.
I know.
With the summer coming, I know a lot of things kind of get.
Yeah, I just love it. I just wait on the show to do I get the Band-Aid off now, or do I give myself 2 more seconds?
It's like slamming your hand in the car door, isn't it?
Well, it's not his fault. I just want to know if there's been any kind of movement. And
well, the Supremes are out of session now until October.
Right.
So,
right.
But
I'll make you the promise. If anything breaks, I'll call you even before the show so you can play really cool music.
Okay. Well, yeah. I was the stupid excise tax.
Of course.
Is what I'm talking about. And
11%.
That's not gone to the Supremes yet. That's still here in California. We're waiting for a judge.
That's so unconstitutional. That's the equivalent of a poll tax. That needs to be slapped down.
It's not just in California, guys. There's 6 other states that it's waiting in those courts as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and in 2 days, that law will be 1 year old.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, July 1st of last year is when that started, and
I know
we expected this thing to be 1 or 2 days, and boy, oh boy,
how they can keep.
I mean, you guys remember the 2571, which went after all the kids and the advertising and the governor grandstand on that.
Yeah,
that one just went through the Ninth Circuit Court on a 3-judge panel, and the judges slapped the state silly. We haven't got the decision yet, but I would have hated being the state attorney because all 3 of those judges, and they're not conservative friends of us, told them, you're wrong, and you're wrong on this level, this level, this level. I mean, they just went after them. So I'm excited to see what they come out with, but as we all know, that could be a month or 2 before they actually
Well, do you think they're going to go after what's the en banc? Is that after the 3-judge?
I don't know if they will. I mean, right now this has been normally I would have said yep. But this has just been a very interesting year with the budget crisis and a lot of other things going on. And there's a couple things that are really positive. I just don't want to say anything to jinx it yet. But when it comes through, I will break it down with you guys and say, some of this stuff is really incredible. There's some very positive movements that are happening.
Yeah,
love to.
Well, we got a couple of good ones from the Supreme Court before they recessed for the summer too. So, okay, well. Rick, good to hear you. And
Yeah, glad you're back
good to
and
be
you're
here.
safe.
yeah, good luck tomorrow, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody wants to join? Anybody wants to donate their time or their money? How do they get a hold of you?
CRPA.org. And if they have questions, reach out to us at contact@crpa.org. And God bless you guys.
God
Thanks, sir.
bless
Same to you, and good luck up in Excremento.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
Rick. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Yeah, folks, if you haven't yet, please make sure you're supporting the CRPA and all that they do, not just for California, but for this country. They're at the forefront of protecting our rights, folks.
Yep. And if it wasn't for them, we would be sunk.
Yeah. And
I mean, we would literally be at some kind
And
of a
again-
revolution at this point.
And again, not just us, because this spreads like a virus to all the other
Well,
states.
like I always say, liberalism is a mental disease, and disease spreads. You know, you can hide in Arizona, you can hide in Missouri, you can hide wherever, but it's going to get there sooner or later.
That miasma is a fog that rolls in.
Okay, when we get back, we're going to have Scott from Gayheimer from back east, the 1911 man. We do have Tom, Captain Rick, and Jay. Guys, hold on. As soon as humanly possible, we'll get to you. You're listening to Gunslingers right here on...
The Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we're going to listen to the Stray Cats on the way out of here.